Her gardening skills this morning with some students in National City. There's a new program teaching students about healthy and locally grown foods. After I just ate that chocolate thing. Heather, bad Shawley.
Good for you, Shawley. You eat that chocolate. I tell you what, we are growing fresh, locally grown food here, and this is really neat because Olivewood Garden gives people the opportunity who live in the city to learn about farming and gardening. And so we've got some students here from the Art Institute this morning who are working on some projects with us, and Michelle's going to talk to us about what they're working on. You're the education coordinator out here. So what are they working on? These are some culinary students.
These are some culinary students, and what they're doing is we received a large donation of fruit trees from the California Rare Fruit Growers Association, and they're healing them in here, which means they're bare root trees, and we're putting them in our compost and burying them until we have our holes dug and prepared. So we have a large variety of plums and peaches and nectarines and actually some apples that'll set fruit this close to the coast.
And then how long will we be able to see the fruit from these trees? And about how many months?
We'll have fruit next year, next season.
Okay.
They won't set fruit this year, most likely.
Right.
But next year we'll have 40 different fruit trees in bloom and setting fruit.
You know, something that I've noticed about this garden and this farm area, what's really cool, it's really right in the middle of the city.
Absolutely.
So you get to see all of it, sort of. There's the city, and then all of a sudden you just have this garden plot in the middle of it. There's chickens running around. We use their eggs earlier to make frittata, and what you've done here is you take all the food from this farm and you bring it in there and you educate people on how to make those recipes, which is really great that the culinary students are here. What kind of crops are you guys growing right now?
Well, right here we're directly adjacent to our raspberry vines. Those will be setting fruit in the next month or two. We've got passion fruit over there. We've got fig trees that are just starting to get leaves on them. We're really in a transition time in the garden right now. We're taking out our winter crops and getting ready to put in our spring crops. We've got a lot of plants that are setting seed for us. You can see our pea vines over here are about done, but we're letting them go, and we'll have our students collect seed from them to grow peas next summer.
All right, and then what other kind of educational programs are happening here? You have people working in the garden, but then also we take them inside and you teach them recipes and what's local and how to plant things.
Right. So we're a garden enhanced nutrition education program. So we work mainly with 4th, 5th, and 6th graders in National School District, but we also work with college students, and we've had preschoolers out here and the community in general. But what we do is when a class of 30 to 35 students come out, we split them into 3 groups, and they do one activity that focuses on environmental science and a science standards-based activity, one real work of whatever needs to be done in the garden. And then the 3rd rotation, they harvest what they've planted and maintained and take it into the kitchen. And, for example, we've got Chef Brian Johnson this morning.
Okay, thank you so much, Michelle. And the best part about all this, Shawley, is that we are teaching students and children those healthy eating habits, which is so important right now with the childhood obesity rate going up. And so it's good to see all this happening out here in National City.
Definitely. Start at a young age. Thank you, Heather. Coming up, we go to Raul. Right?
Sure.